Hey y'all, this is Marley K. I hope everybody is well. This is my pre 4th of July address. Um, I don't usually do 4th of July addresses because I don't celebrate nothing. But I feel like it's appropriate this year to talk about the 4th of July because it is supposed to be Independence Day. And that's what people are off of work for. That is why they celebrate the signing of the Declaration of Independence. But as we can see, for those of us who are awakened, we are living in a place that has been occupied. There's no independence here. We have been captured from within. And so I find it ironic that people are still not processing what is happening politically, economically, financially, socially, and spiritually. People just not getting it. But the United States of America is done. 2024 will probably be the last somewhat uh, free Independence Day this country will ever have. And it's because we are in the midst of a transition from one system to a new system. The old system is failing. We're going to have to go through a whole bunch of wars, trials, tribulations, yada, yada, yada. But it's also the end of an age. It's the end of the captivity of the Israelites. And soon, everybody in the world is going to know and have to admit who we are because all the lies that them folks have told, and them folks, yeah, it's a lot of them folks, and all of the lies that were hidden by the Confederacy, because everybody benefited from keeping us hidden, from keeping us ignorant, from hiding and rewriting our history, from stealing our culture, our ways, and just basically cleaving to us. As long as they cleave to us, the Most High would preserve them. The Most High would bless them because we were in our curses. But now that the curses are reversing and we're getting to see it real time, you're also getting ready to see these people lose their land, what they've claimed, the land that they've stolen and claimed as theirs. The natural order of things, the way that the Most High intended that we, be fruitful and multiply, that we go out and rule over the earth and teach the heathen our ways so that they'll live um, life more abundantly, so that the earth would be able to live life more abundantly. Uh, the only way that that happens is if the curses flip and Esau is the end, which is where we are now, which is why I put this up. The end. It's the end. We're at the end of the road. The Gentiles are at the end of their rule. Um, this nation is celebrating its last Independence Day. This is the end. Regardless of whether people want to really admit it or not, I don't care what. I'm at the point. I don't care. It's the truth is the truth. You can't deny that this is it. All the agendas have been laid bare. All the plans are out in the open. They've written books about it. They have websites about it. They have PDFs online. All the information is free. Ain't nobody hiding nothing anymore. The destruction of Babylon, Mystery Babylon, has to happen. And Mystery Babylon is where we are, the place that is claiming to be independent, the place that is claiming to be a democracy, but it's a republic, the place that is, professing is a Christian nation. But now we know after reading Constantine's creed that it is not, this is a nation of Baal. We're Baal worshipers. Uh, it's just insane. And so to worship independence and to worship this nation and to worship a flag and to worship a piece of paper, um, and to celebrate a lie, because everything about this place is a lie from, um, just say credit. Let's say credit. Everything that this nation has taken credit for is a lie. It's been taken from us, twisted, turned, corrupted, changed, translated, transliterated to mean something completely different when everything on this planet really belongs to us. And so, as the curses end, it's the end. And so, for those of us who are awakened, we should feel good that we can see the light at the end of the tunnel. And I keep talking about the end because I just see the end of this empire. Even if it means that some of us may perish as it ends, we should revel in the fact that it's ending. Our people are going to be set free in one way or another. We're going to be delivered from this evil empire. The end of the lie. Soon, the lie about who we are, and nobody not knowing who we are, that lie is coming to an end. People are going to find out who we are, and it's going to be a beautiful thing. We may not live to see it, but guess what? For those of us who are out here on the front lines at Club Risk It All, risking our lives and our livelihoods to spread the truth and to try to wake people up, we'll be rewarded in the next life. But I'm not, or I will say the next kingdom, because some of us may just make it to the next kingdom. Everybody may not perish who's awakened and who believes in the Most High, the Creator. It's the end of all these holidays, these days on the Roman Catholic calendar that they've given to us to observe. Uh, all of it is coming to an end, and soon it's not going to matter. We have to give thanks in all that we see, because we're actually getting to see, you know, the book of Daniel come to life. We're getting ready to see all sorts of wondrous things. But more importantly, you're going to learn that the Bible is true. You're going to learn that the Torah is true, that the people who lying and saying that they're us, the whole world is going to figure out, and a lot of them already have, that those people ain't the people. But nobody will tell who the real people are. Everybody stops short of acknowledging who the people are. And everybody stops short because everybody has everybody's hands are dirty. Everybody has benefited. And so for all the people who are like, oh, well, we ain't had nothing to do with that, and they should be paid. Oh, every nation is going to have to give an account. Every people will have to give an account of how they've treated us. Even some of our own people who have done us dirty and who haven't done all they could to help us, who have helped to oppress us, who have worked for this system to not only destroy us and keep us down, whether it's directly or indirectly, but not repentant for it. Especially if they've done it out of ignorance. But if you've done it willfully, intentionally for your personal gain, you're going to have to give an account for that, and you're going to suffer just like the Gentiles. But everything is coming to an end. The curtain is about to close. And so, I thought yesterday, I was like, I was riding through the country. Where I live is rural, and a lot of times I have to take country roads, country old highways to get to cities. And I was just looking at how all these white folks are selling their houses in the city and building up these big old nice houses off the road. I mean, big, fine houses. And some of the houses ain't big and fine. Some of the houses that they're building are small, like tiny houses, like barns, but they got acreage. And I was just, a little heartbroken and envious because our people don't have that. And everything was taken away from us. They got their wealth. All these white people living in these big fine houses, able to move, get loans, taking out, mortgaging land that their ancestors left for them, that they took from us, and took from, they took from us, whether it's Native American, whatever you want to call it. They took the land from us because we were everywhere. They try to act like wasn't no people here. Was people here, people was us. So these people are now trying to hide, and they have all this land everywhere. They're building up all these big, nice houses. You see the big, pretty gardens. They got the wells, the irrigation systems, and they got the little crops growing. They got the little barns for the little tools, boats. And, they prepare for everything, everything. And here we are. We barely know what's going on. We don't know nothing. We just going to work trying to pay these bills and buy some groceries. Folks probably trying to buy some chicken and pork to go on the grill and get them an old 4th of July outfit, maybe find some place to hang out to celebrate being off of work if they're fortunate enough to be off. And I was just, sad because I was like, we don't have anything. I would love for my family to have this. I wish somebody would have the foresight to think to get my family acres of land, and we work together and live on it and be prepared for what's coming. But white people prepare. And I was really sad about it. I was angry for a hot minute, which in the Bible it talks about we were going to be angry and envy what the Gentiles have. And it's because of the curses. This is a part of the curse in us looking at what other people have and envying it. We work, but we don't benefit from anything, from our labor. Everything that we get is taken from us. We bake bread, but we don't get to eat it. We build houses, but we don't get to live in them. We make roads, we don't get to drive on them. We help build things, but we don't get to benefit. We don't get to benefit from it. We help create things, and we don't get the credit for it. We don't get paid for it. And as I was driving and looking at all the pretty nice houses, and I mean, it's a lot of houses going up in the South in the country, off the beaten path. You could turn down some roads and it's like mansions sitting back off the road, winding roads with ponds and everything. The white people are ready. When I tell y'all white people are ready for Armageddon, they ready. And the ones that ain't ready, they're still building their houses. They're getting ready because they see the writing on the wall. They know the places to be are off the beaten path. But I don't think they have anticipated that the adversary is coming to destroy everybody, especially those in Christendom. But as I was driving, the Most High said to me, there's no need for you to be mad because this is all yours. I'm getting ready to return it back to you. And so immediately, I just felt calm. Like, I can't explain it, but I just heard it clear. It's like, I'm going to return this back to you. What's yours will be restored. And so, it gave me some comfort that these people think they're going to benefit from our labor, and they think that they're going to get away with not paying us reparations, and they think they're going to be able to live unscathed, uh, off of the theft and mistreatment and discrimination and exclusion for 430 years, even to this moment. Even how they treat us on social media. We can't even talk without being monitored and silenced. Everything, just constant oppression. It's coming to an end one way or another, their rule is coming to an end. And so I felt like celebrating. So tomorrow, I think I'm going to celebrate. Not Independence Day, but I'm going to celebrate the end of the Confederacy, the end of, when I say the Confederacy against us, because it's coming to an end. I'm celebrating the end of the Republic. I'm celebrating the end of the illusions. I'm going to celebrate the end of lies because the end is here. I'm going to celebrate the end of Babylon because Babylon is going to have to fall. And it's not just here, it's just the West in general. White supremacy. The people that have helped oppress us, they're going to pay for what they've done to us. They're going to pay for the lies that they've told on us. They are going to pay for the secrets that they've held to protect their own interest. They're going to pay for worrying about their own interest and not for ours. They're going to all pay for harming the Most High's chosen people. And they're going to be persecuted for all the sins that they've committed against our ancestors, men, women, and children. All the ones hung by trees and shot, all the little boys and girls that were raped, that were snatched away from their mothers, for all the women who were forced to wet nurse their children, for forcing us to split up our families and just all the things that have happened. It's all coming to an end. The same thing is happening today, but it's done differently, but it's still being done. But it's coming to an end. This is the end. The end. As they roll into their Project 2025 plans, they've already told us that they're going to accelerate their agendas. And so we should be preparing for a fast collapse, a devastating collapse, a, a collapse that is of biblical proportions. So, as we come upon this Independence Day, let us celebrate because our captivity is ending. Everything we talk about ending, it is the end. It's the end of so many things. And as the end comes, a beginning also comes for us. So let us not fear as we see the end coming upon us. Let us not fear, when we see all the things that the book of Daniel and the book of Revelation and Matthews and Isaiah, all the things that prophecy tells us will happen during the end times. Let us not fear those things because those are signs and we're supposed to look for signs. Um, we have to understand that these people know the truth. They know that the word is real. They know that we're the chosen people and they know that we are blessed. The only reason this country has been blessed and has prospered is because we have been here. The only reason that they have been able to rule and rule over us for as long as they have and rule over the earth is because the Most High has allowed them to, so that He can make us jealous, so that we will envy them, and so that we could turn back to Him. Unfortunately, we didn't know who He was, the real Him, uh, because the truth was hidden, because we were all forced into Christendom, unfortunately, by our ancestors. But now that we are awakened, we have an obligation to turn back to the ways, laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High Yahuwah, and to get back to our ways, our culture, focus on our people, and learn as much as we can before they turn the lights out, because they're going to turn the lights out, and then guess what? All learning ceases. So it's very important for us to not only learn, but we got to remember. And a lot of things that we have access to today, whether it be social media, YouTube, or whatever. The shorts on TikTok, short videos on YouTube, those things are to degrade your memory. These people know, and notice these things are targeted towards us. When you watch short videos, it shortens your attention span, it shortens your memory. You don't want to take time to learn. When you do this, you learn less, you retain less, you pay attention less. And that they know this is how we retain our history. This is how we transfer our culture. Well, when we learn less, when we have a shorter attention span, when we can't sit down and watch things for a long period of time, we're helping them out by not really paying attention. When you speed up your videos, you are helping to degrade your brain. It's making your attention span shorter. When your attention span is shorter, you retain less, you have less patience, and you can't get all that good oral learning and retaining it in your heart and in your mind so you can transfer it to the next generation. These people know what they're doing. They didn't design these devices by accident. They know how we've had to relay our history and our culture and our ways because they've continually destroyed our written material. They've stolen it, they've hidden it. And so all that stuff is coming to an end. But as it comes to an end, we have to keep watch. We have to pay attention. We have to not have fear, have faith. We have to continue to learn. We have to strengthen ourselves to prepare for what's to come. And we have to be preparing ourselves to be the beginning because we're living the end. The whole point of this time is for us to prepare. So we have to not only get knowledge and wisdom, but we also have to show ourselves worthy to be leaders, teachers, elders, um, watchmen, people who can lead during these tumultuous times that are coming, but also in the new kingdom that will come after this age ends and after all the battles that must occur and all the kingdoms that must fall. So, as the end comes, rejoice. As the end comes, be glad about it because we're in captivity and the curses are ending. And not only are they ending, they are being reversed. And one of the things that I notice is, they talk about how many white people are dying after the cough over the last 3-4 years. They're dying. The only reason that they're talking about death and the numbers of young people and the I forgot what types of deaths they call them. But the only reason it's a topic of discussion is because it's them, not us. If it was us dying, nobody would care. But what they put out for us, you remember how they were targeting us? It was all kind of commercials. They had went into the churches and infiltrated the churches, had them people calling in our elderly, people who could have helped us through this time, got them folks taken out of here. People who were sick, but probably could have survived another 20, 30 years. Our people took them out of here, got us. Now, if you have a baby, you don't know if the child gonna come out ill because they got folks all scared about this stuff that they concocted, and then they gave us some more concocted stuff. They targeted us. But guess what? It didn't work. Even I know people been boosted a whole bunch, they still around here kicking. But some of these other folks, these weak folks, they gone. The snow people, children of the corn, they targeted us. They was worried about us. They don't never worry about us getting sick or getting well for that matter. We just like animals. But now they're leaving here at a fast rate, unexplainably. And now it's a topic of discussion. The curses are reversing. All the experimentation they did on us, guess what? It ain't working. It ain't working the way that they wanted to. It's working, but not on the people that they wanted to work on. Even those, we had so many naive who didn't listen, but somehow the Most High is sparing us. And I'm so grateful for that. So um, as time winds down, as the end comes to an end, we need to be aware that the adversary is going to come at us with everything that he's got so that he can try to get rid of as many of us as he can. Because if we don't cry out to the Most High in unison, they get to remain in power. The fewer of us here, the fewer of us are able to fight. And that's what they want. They don't want us fighting. They want us fearful. They don't want us fighting. They want us conquered. They love to tell you about how we were conquered, but they don't ever tell you how we fought back. We're getting ready to be in an hour where we got to fight back. So I need y'all to really get it together and understand the significance of this what I personally believe will be our last Independence Day. So I know, we don't celebrate their holidays, but we could rest assured or just, raise just a little glass of wine and drink to the fact that the end is near and that you can see it, you can smell it, you can taste it, and that Babylon is going to fall and the lies that they've told will be exposed and the world is going to know who we are. And it's not so much a issue about them needing to know who we are. They need to know who we are, but they also need to know that Yahuwah is real, that everything that they told us was a fantasy is not a fantasy, it's the truth, and that we are the people of the book. We are the chosen people. We're the only people in the world who don't know where we came from, and there is a reason why. Who did it? All of it is going to come out. It's got to come out. So celebrate the end, y'all. Celebrate the end. The end is near. All right, this is Marty K. I'm out.